Hyder, this is your
Yes.
second fight, I believe, in the UFC. How's uh how's your preparation going into this fight?
As always, I train my butt off. I work really hard every fight. Martial arts, MMA is my life. If you're in the UFC, almost every UFC fighter is pretty much like that. I hope so, but training is my life. So I feel like I always come ready and I always come prepared. And if you see from all my other fights, I'm always in good shape.
Yeah. And how do you see Jeong as your opponent? I think he's very dangerous because he on 8 win in a row, I believe.
Yeah, I have 9 wins in a row though. And
Of
he
course.
is actually including my amateurs, I have 10 wins in a row. But he is very dangerous. He is very dangerous. Don't get me wrong, he didn't just win the road to Asia for nothing. He
Yeah.
last beat Blake Builder, who's a really good jiu-jitsu guy, who has a good record.
Yeah.
However, I fought 3 times in Bellator, 3 times in LFA, twice in UFC. I've only had hard fights. I'm ready for another one, and he's a stern test. I'm excited about this fight because he's dangerous. He swings hard. He's well rounded, but as am I, and it's gonna make for an exciting fight.
Yeah. And what kind of fight can we expect from this one?
Look, when a grappler fights a grappler, a lot of times they do a lot of striking. When a striker fights another striker, he might do a lot of grappling. So I'm thinking we might do MMA. We're gonna do some MMA. I'm pretty dang sure that's gonna happen. However, I wouldn't be surprised if me and him want to have fun and just stand the whole time. So it's gonna be an exciting fight.
Yeah, yeah. I remember you are not satisfied with your performance in Dana White's Contender Series, and after the fight, you promised us that you're going to KO the next opponent, and you did. You you fulfill your promise. So that's why what kind of fight can you expect? Because maybe you want to knock him out or submit him.
You know what? I always come to kill. However, I gotta do my job. I just look at it like I'm just a mercenary. I'm here to take out my order, take out, the guy that's in front of me. I signed the contract, and so I just look at it as a job. No emotion, no nothing. It's just this is what we do. It's gonna be an exciting fight, and I can't wait for you guys to see what we got planned.
Yeah. And how do you see the competition in the featherweight division right now?
Honestly, I feel like I'm already on top of the division. I want to use this fight to prove to everyone that I want to use this fight to get me out of the apex because me and Young Lee's fight should be in an arena. It's an exciting fight, and I want to show everyone from this fight that hey, I need to be in an arena. Or this fight needs to be in an arena. It's going to be exciting. So I'm hoping next fight I get to make that happen. And yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think you are not far away from getting into the ranking or even getting to a title fight, maybe?
Well, we'll see after this fight. However, I feel like I said yes to fighting some top 20 guys. They just didn't accept to fighting me. I get it, but I've trained with some of the best guys in the world in every sport. Jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, wrestling, boxing. I'm good at everything. I can hang with almost anyone. So if I can hang with people at those if who are really high level at their sport, I don't doubt in MMA where I'm even better, especially with 4-ounce gloves. I feel like I belong in the top, and this Saturday I'm going to show that.
Yeah. Haider, how long do you think Ilya Topuria will reign as the champion of your division?
Until next year when I catch up to him. Maybe later on the end of the year.
Haider, do you still want to fight Arnold Allen?
I do. I really do. I just feel like it'd make a cool story. It's it's you know, he beat Gilbert Melendez, who's my coach, my brother, you know. So I really want to avenge, you know, if I want to get to the title, I want to avenge his loss and then get to the title. That makes a really cool story. I think my coach would be pretty happy about that, you know, and yeah, so I think it'd be a cool fight.
So you're going to call him out after you win this one?
If yeah, heck yeah, or you know, that'd be cool. I didn't even think about that. You know, I think I need another fight or two, but to even be, I think I need to be in the top 30, top 20 to call to fight him. But if maybe one more fight, but you know what, I'm down. I think he's still top 10, so I'm sure he's not gonna want to answer anyone who's outside the top 15. But you know, would have you know, I make an exciting fight. I destroy this guy and maybe another guy, or maybe I destroy the Korean Tiger. Hey man, who knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah. Hyder, you kind of taking a time or disappear between 2019 and 2021, if I'm not mistaken. What happened then?
Yeah, well, COVID
Mm.
happened, totally and then I had a bad injury. I fell off. I was mountain biking and fell down a mountain, like separated my shoulder.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
so I had to
yeah, yeah,
rebuild myself again. Then I broke my foot. Yeah, and then again, yeah, so it slowed me. COVID and those injuries slowed me down big time. It's not that I wanted to. Honestly, I pretty much was gonna quit MMA at that point. And then I
yeah.
was like, then I said, you know what? I took a fight on short notice, like a week and a half notice in
Yeah.
LFA, knocked that kid out, and then did two back-to-back fights after and got and got me into the UFC, but because of injuries again,
Mm.
they had me fight in the Contender Series. So
Yeah.
here I am.
Yeah. Hyder, I noticed that after your last fight, you wear the American flag and the Philippine flag after the that match. How proud are you being a mix fighter, American and Philippine? How proud are you?
I'm very proud. You know, again, I was born in the Philippines. You know, my mom's
Yeah.
Filipino. And I came here when I came to the Bay Area when I was 6 years old. So, you
Mm.
know, like, and so the US Bay Area was like the mother that raised me, and all my friends and family are here. And the culture, the Bay Area culture, I really represent the Bay Area culture as well as Filipino culture. That's where I'm from. That's how the culture I grew up in. But especially the Bay Area culture is very unique and different. And for me, I had to grow up in different neighborhoods with different races and different demographics of people that taught me. And now, if you know anything about the Bay Area culture, like a lot of people know me, we dance, we fight, we do all kind. You know, we have a kind of music, a kind of style. So that's why I also want to show, as well as the Philippine culture in my UFC appearances.
Do you feel like more American or more Philippine?
Oh man, I mean, I feel 50-50. I feel
Yeah.
50-50. You know, I sound like an American and talk like one, but I can never ignore my roots.
Yeah. In your social media, maybe you noticed this that many Philippine fans are proud of your what you're doing. Maybe they hope this time they have a genuine contender, a Philippine fighter, the first Philippine fighter to become a UFC champion. How do you see that?
That is my dream. I want to be the first UFC fighter born in the Philippines who's Filipino to become champ. I want to set a record. I want to be in the record books for that. It's never happened. I don't think there's even been an Asian male to be
Yeah,
champion, you know?
yeah,
So I want to do it for not just Philippines, though all of Southeast Asia, Asia. You know, I have family in like Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, all that. So I have family everywhere around there. So for me, it's representing everyone in Asia, honestly.
yeah. Haider, I believe you have a very difficult past. You left your father with your mother and sister going to America in such a young age. Do you think that part of you makes you who you are right now?
Yes, it defined me who I am. You know, as a kid, I asked myself, who's going to take care of your sisters and mom? You know, I had a few stories
Yeah.
in my life that made me very scared for their well-being as well, because of also my dad and stuff like that. It made me
Yeah.
realize that, you know, my friends got me into martial arts, but what made me really like want to do it was to protect them and my family also from being bullied, from being taken advantage of, my mom's boyfriend. So my sister's boyfriend, like I had to make an example of everyone. I needed everyone to fear me. And so you know, martial arts for me was my avenue for empowerment, not only for my own confidence, but to take care of my sisters and mom. And that's what drove me to be, um, because I never did it to be a tough guy, honestly, or just to do, or for bullying, even though I did get bullied. I did it really for my sisters and mom, because I don't fear for myself, I fear for them, you know? And because of that, that's what made me the man I am today.
Yeah. Have you ever coming back to Philippines?
I've never come back. I
Mm.
really want to, you know,
Do you want
so
to? Yeah.
I want to visit Indonesia, man. I heard it's beautiful, or
Yeah.
Jakarta and all that.
Visit us. Yeah.
I want to go say hi to you over there, you guys. That'd be cool.
Yeah. 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 Do you have plan to going back to Philippines? Maybe meet your fans there.
I want to this year. My family and fans like want me to go there. I want to get my name out to all the Filipinos
Mm.
out there. Yeah, man, that's I've been wanting to go back for so long. I want to see the street I grew up on. I hear it. I grew up in
In
this like
Cebu, right? Cebu,
slum,
right?
yeah, in Cebu, and I heard there's a paved road there now, and it's a lot nicer. So I want to see how things changed.
Yeah. Hyder, we Indonesia also have a fighter in featherweight division, Jake Kasaragi. Maybe you heard of him?
I have. They offered to me to fight him, but
Really?
when yeah, they offered me to fight him. I thought it'd been a cool fight. However, I just had COVID at the time, so I didn't want to fight him after having
Oh,
COVID. But yeah, that would be a cool fight. I think he just lost his last fight or something.
yeah,
Or no, he
yeah.
won. Did he
No,
win
he
or
lost.
lose? He
Lost.
lost. But
Yeah,
I know me and him would be, if we stood, that'd be a fun fight because he's a knockout guy. You know, he just needs to
yeah,
work his ground game a little bit. Honestly, I feel like him and I would be friends. That's how I see
yeah.
it. Like, I feel like he's a good fighter. I feel like he seems like a fun guy. So I feel like he's more like we fight. He seems like a good time kind of fighter, and that'd be a cool fight. I feel like even if we fight or not, he's the type of guy you'd probably be friends with after.
Yeah. Haider, do you think it's better for Asian fighter to train regularly in the United States if they are pursuing career in UFC? Do you think better for them
Yeah,
to?
I think so. Just because here in Las Vegas in California Bay Area, you have everyone of every race of every style. In the Bay Area, there's AKA, there's Alpha Male up north. That's a little bit outside the Bay Area. There's CSA. Wow, you know, in a given week, I train with, you know, multiple time world champions and wrestlers and strikers. We got Russian dudes. Even outside of you know, even when I was like a street fighter, I fight everybody of every race on the street, you know. So
Yeah.
now we got gyms with very high level fighters. I think it's advantageous for, especially if the scene is not so developed there yet, with the fighters and the people they can train with, to take some time to come to the US and train.
Yeah. Last question for me, Haider. I saw you in your Instagram that you also excel in academic education. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
How
something I did
important?
for my oh, sorry,
Yeah. How
continue,
important is
sorry.
that for you?
You know what? It's important to me. I wanted to. I see a lot of fighters chase their dream. Almost 99% of them don't make it. In every
Yeah.
pro athlete, it's
Yeah.
99%. Only 1% actually does anything with it. Even just to get to the UFC, you know,
Yeah.
is 1% of those people. So, and I see a lot of fighters who are broken body, but also broken pockets, you know? So
Mm.
what I did was I got my fight money and I used that to pay for, I can only do one or two classes a semester. So I'm not so busy, so I can still focus on fighting. But fighting gave me everything in my life. It gave me an education. It gave me confidence. It gave me protecting my family. Fighting is the one thing I tell everyone, like, hey man, if it wasn't for fighting, I would have nothing, and because even if I had a regular job or stuff like that, it never empowered me. It never made me feel strong and invincible, or if I, or if I just had that education, I don't think, I don't think I'd be as, I won't be as fulfilled in life. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. Hyder, thank you for your time. Good luck on your fight.
Hey, thanks for having me. You're a great host, man. I appreciate you,
Yeah.
man. I look forward
Very
to
fun
seeing you
talking to
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, very fun talking to you. You're my kind of guy, man. Like, appreciate you. I hope to
And
see you
remember, you
guys
promised
soon.
to go to Indonesia. You promised that.
And then you guys gotta take me out. We gotta do some
Will
Indonesian
do.
food, okay?
Will do.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
awesome. Heck yeah.
Thank
Well,
you,
yeah,
Hyder.
Good
let's
luck.
stay linked up. I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Terima kasih sudah menonton. Silakan subscribe, like, dan jangan lupa komen di bawah ya bola spotter.